Okay, let's try this again now. LMS is more than software. That's kind of the theme of this presentation. And congratulations again. And this is somewhat like we did. You've just been asked to teach online. Let the excitement begin. Life is good. Are we persuaded? Because I know a lot of schools, teachers are forced to teach online. Suddenly, reality sets in. Confusion abounds. Panic strikes. Now what? Well, were you well trained in your learning management system? Did you have an actual program to go through? Did you have a good support team, both on campus and off campus, with support within your school, within your department, within the LMS system? But what do you turn to for help? Not just LMS questions, but teaching questions. Ever felt all alone? Teaching online is isolating. So this is pretty much like we had. And so now we're going to start seeing that LMS is more than software, and this is where we introduce the solution etudes. Again, looking at you guys, expanding to the whole team, the core team, moving on to the team of trainers, and talk about how these trainers aren't just pop up, but they have to go through a rigorous process. They have to begin with a leadership background, courses in pedagogy, intern training sessions, lead many training sessions. And I've got a couple new pictures to add to this. And then we're going to talk about the etudes faculty themselves. And over the 10 years, 2,500 trained, 18 California community colleges. But it starts with quality training, and then here's where I think you could jump in and you could take over from here. And the idea that what the real training program is like. And I put a screen up of one of the older ones. You can see it's spring of 7, but it had I like the announcement, the final announcement, and then I went ahead and put in another picture. And then taking this, it says, starts with quality training, but training begins with community. So I wanted to get an idea and introduce them what our discussions look like, and the idea that here we are and getting to know each other, and the important part of creating a community within the online. You can talk about how so many instructors like the idea of taking the class online because it gives them a feel for what it's like to be a student, and so on. And then came up with a couple of quotes from faculty who've just taken the training. They were reluctant to take it before the class, but now they just are very impressed and completely in love with the system. Another feedback after the training was a really terrific class on an amazing tool, been used for Blackboard. Sounds like we're bashing Blackboard, but have to work around that, but it's just the reaction the faculty have. And then we talk about how the community continues after the training with the active users group. And then you can take a look and show what the users group is, your idea behind it. And one of the real key aspects of the interaction is, of course, the discussions. And right here's the discussions, and if we click that, we go to a page like this, and you can talk a little bit about, the general ideas of the discussion and some of the specific ones. And what I did was here I took talk about selecting recent to see what are the issues coming up, and from this, I selected one of them just to give them an example, and it was one that was posted this morning that you already dealt with. And you kind of go through the process of what this was. And I picked this because I really liked his comment at the end. We may also pick one that throws in a couple of the trainers, and we can also I can add that. And then of course I have the quotes from different faculty, a coordinator, an administrator, and the information officer. And the idea of just giving them a background of what they think of the system. And then end with the idea that the etudes families together we can inspire. I don't know if there's a better quote that you would like for that, but that was just one idea that I had.